Hi everybody, Tim Todd with Select Homes. Welcome to the most recent installment of our Real Estate Today video blog. Today I'm with Cliff Hunter. He's the fire marshal of Rancho Santa Fe Fire District. Do I have that correct? The reason we're talking to Cliff obviously is fire season. In San Diego, we know fire season as being in October because we've had a couple of our recent real big fires in October. But Cliff's been telling me that that's not necessarily true, just October. It's kind of always we have to be aware. But with the fire season, I guess the first thing that comes to mind is we've had some recent rain. Is there no fire danger? Are we off the hook?
No, the recent rain is just a temporary feel-good situation. What happens is the fuel moisture in the plants, especially the natural vegetation plants, is down right now. And this is not the season for that fuel moisture to be absorbed back into the plants. So the fire danger is still there. The disadvantage to a little early rain sometimes is that the ability to get stuck when you go off-road to fight the wildland fire may be more available than normal. Okay.
So it's not like the shrubs or anything are less dry. They just haven't sucked up the water, so it's still there's still that big danger there.
That's correct. And another thing, with the water shortages we've been having in San Diego County, a lot of people have been cutting their water back. So their fuel moisture in their ornamental plants may be a little bit different than normal as well. So the rain may have helped them. But that's another factor we have to take into consideration. That is vegetation, just a different type.
Okay. So obviously we want to be aware, we want to be ready. How do we do that? How do we get prepared? And
Well, first of all, it's about awareness about weather conditions.
Okay.
And for your own personal safety, it's always good to have a plan of if a fire comes or gets close to your area, what am I going to do and how am I going to get out? What are my exit routes? Two ways in, two ways out of where you can get from. Pack up the things that are most important to you to survive for at least 3 to 5 days. Simple things like medication, eyeglasses, keys. Load your car up with maybe photographs that you have are not replaceable, your insurance papers, pink slips, all the things that's important that you can grab in one big chunk. Right. And take that with you and have her prepared to go, along with water and some of those things.
Okay. What about vegetation around houses? I know I've heard 100 feet, 100 yards, something. You want to have it cleared as much as you can. Is that correct?
That's correct. And when we talk about vegetation like that, a lot of times people think we're only talking about natural vegetation. Okay. We found with the Witch Creek fire and the Cedar fire and other fires that ornamental vegetation was just as problematic. An example of some of it that's problematic are your pine trees. Your Thai cypresses, if they're too close, they're like Roman candles. And they will actually break a window and start your house on fire if they catch on fire. And they catch on fire not from direct flame contact, but from embers landing in the vegetation and starting on fire.
Okay. So the key things to be aware of going into again, based on history, the latter weeks of October, is weather conditions. Just kind of be prepared. What else? Anything else come to mind?
Well, preparedness goes a lot farther than that. So if you have to evacuate or you have to leave your home, have another family member you can contact so you can tell them you're okay. Okay. Make sure you take your cell phone, your charger. Those things are going to be necessary to keep it alive. And remember that during those fires, your power usually goes out, and you usually lose phone service from some of your private vendors, from Verizon down to any of them. Their cell site gets burned up and it becomes useless and doesn't work. So basically just be prepared, be aware of your surroundings, and if you have to leave, leave early. Okay. It's better to leave early and find a hotel room or wherever you have a plan of where you want to go. Sure. On the Witch fire, a lot of people waited a little too long and wanted to find a place to go along the coast, and everything was taken. They had no place to go. So have a plan so you know where you're going to go.
Okay, perfect. One last thing I wanted to ask you about, because I've heard people talking about receiving letters from their insurance companies about, something that's going to be sprayed on their house. Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
Real brief, with my experience with the spray-ons, they do work. Okay. However, the application, some of them have to be applied within 24 hours, some can be 6 months. Some have a shelf life, some are UV sensitive, some can get washed off in simple rainwater. And so there's a lot of questions you want to ask. Okay. And if they're going to do it before a fire starts because there's a fire in the area, do they have the ability to get into that home and get there to do that? Are the roads closed? There's a lot of potential challenges out there. Okay. It does work, you know, but the question is, those are a lot of other things. There's a shelf life to the material, etc.
Okay, so if your insurance company is saying, you know, respond only if you don't want us to do this, you want them to do it, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
you can have them do it, but there could be some environmental issues associated with it because most of the stuff is a fertilizer-based product.
Okay.
So that, you put that down, you spray your vegetation, rains come, now it puts fertilizer into the ground, the vegetation that you like, and it's beautiful, starts growing more than it would normally do. So there could be some side effects that could impact
It's a vicious circle, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, listen, thank you very much. I know you're busy. Thank you very much for your time and good luck. Hopefully you'll be very bored over the next month or so.
That's
right?
my challenge, I hope so.
That's right. All right, thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.